Oh, let's see here. I am excited to invite my friend Elizabeth to join me here. Let me see. Can I find her? I'm just waiting on a. Oh, well, there you are.
Hi.
So good to see you. I haven't done an Instagram live since I did your show. So I was like, how do I get
Seriously?
people on here?
Well, here I am. This is the first time I'm joining someone, so I hope it's we're connected, and that's all
That's all
good.
that matters. That's all that matters.
Oh my
I'm lo
God.
I am loving your earrings. Those are
Well,
fantastic.
they match my skirt.
Ah,
I'm wearing a gypsy skirt.
is that
So
one of your designs?
it it is. So I recently launched my swimwear brand is kind of more of it's like an all-in resort brand now, and I launched the Gypsy Skirt, which the first limited edition is in a pineapple print to honor Hawaii, since I'm a newcomer here. So it's beautiful blue print, and so I had to put my blue earrings on to make it all come together.
Yes, I love it. It's perfect. And I
Yeah,
gotta
right.
say, not only do I love the pineapples, but that color blue. I mean, what would you say that is?
Yeah.
Cobalt blue or what? What would you say?
I would go a step further and say it's electric cobalt blue.
Oh,
Yeah, and do you know that it's one of my favorite colors? It's really hard to find.
I love
And
it.
I love it because it's deep. It's what we say, it's like deeply saturated. And
Mm.
so the color is just very, very rich and deep. And then, I'm a big fan of lapis. I love my I love my jewel stones. So we all need something to wear with lapis, right?
Absolutely.
All the
You
time.
know, I was just saying that this morning. I love it. I love
Hear
it. I
that.
love it.
I hear that. So,
Listen,
do you have your cocktail?
you know what?
Are you
I just,
joining me?
I, you're going to kill me. I don't have my cocktail. You want to know why? I ran
What?
in, I was running late. I ran in, I was at this female filmmaker thing, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and I don't have my cocktail, but maybe I'll run out and grab, well, maybe I'll get somebody to bring me one. I'll have a little bit of this.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Um, so listen, I'm so psyched that you could join me. I gotta say,
Okay.
I feel like that episode of How's Your Mother that we just did, I thought that came out really good.
I do
I,
too.
I've
Yeah,
had a lot of people get in touch with me going, that was one of the best.
same,
Yeah.
same. I've been getting a lot of DMs and a lot of emails and phone calls. My mom listened to it this morning and she didn't even know it was happening. I didn't, she's caught up in other stuff right now. And so she's like, oh my God, I'm so flattered. Oh, and I was like, Mom, you're the most stylish person I've ever had in my life. And she was very happy to hear that. She's like, I got emotional. I listened to it and I got all emotional. But
Oh,
uh, but yeah, and I mean, sometimes your parents or the people close to you, they don't always know that or you don't express it enough. So I was just really glad to be able to share that because she was just a huge influence growing
right.
up. Like your parents are kind of your lens into the world. And so I just got lucky with somebody who was devastatingly chic,
Oh,
very devastatingly chic. Yeah. And it's
I
funny.
hope, I really
She,
hope somebody says that about me someday. Maybe you will.
well, well, I will. I have to say, and we didn't have time to get to this on the interview, but I think you've got it too. You have incredible instincts, and I've seen all of your posts on like your vintage stuff that you're giving away, and your show in Las Vegas. You're or not Las Vegas, Atlantic City.
Yep.
in July, your wardrobe was spectacular. And I often find that people who understand vintage clothing and who buy it and collect it, they understand true style.
Oh.
And you have so many vintage pieces, and I've seen those posts, and I'm like, oh God, why is she getting rid of that?
Yeah, you know what?
I've been tempted to just clean you out because it's good shit, man. It's really
I
good
wish
shit.
I had something that would fit you. You're so tiny. I do have this one shirt that I bought that ended up being like way too small for me. Like I can't even put it, like get my head and stuff into it. I'll have to take the measurements and see and send you a picture and see if you'd like it.
Yeah.
But thank you for kicking off this Instagram live by complimenting me profusely. I mean, I feel like we should just end it. No, just kidding.
True. No, it's true though. It's true. You have tremendous flair.
Thank you.
You do. You do.
Well, but let's keep the focus on you because you're the guest here. How is everything in Hawaii today?
It's great. I've been having a crazy week, kind of going full tilt with a bunch of stuff, but everything's fantastic. We're kind of entering into the rainy season. November, I think, is the rainiest season, the rainiest month out of the year.
Oh.
And they talk about it in those terms here. And when I first moved here, I was like, no. They need to rebrand it the rainbow season. Because when you have rain, you get rainbows. And this place is just everywhere you look from like October to February, there's a rainbow. There's a rainbow everywhere.
That's amazing.
And so I keep meaning to approach the tourism board of Hawaii and pitch them my idea. Like, you guys need to completely rebrand, reposition. Come here in winter. It's not rainy. There are a ton of rainbows.
I love that. I love it. I think did you have a picture recently of a rainbow too? Yeah. I think I saw one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now you left in New York has it been a year now or almost a year?
Almost, just about 11 months. So
okay.
it's closing in on that. Yeah. Yeah.
And so give us an example of what a day in Hawaii is like. I mean, you get up, you go to the beach for a little bit, or how often do you get to the beach?
Weekly. I try to go for a swim as often as possible. I want to kind of get to the point where I'm going for daily swims. I haven't quite gotten there yet, but I don't set my alarm. So there's that.
That's amazing.
So I don't set my alarm. I wake up. I go out for coffee, but there's no one on the street, and there's just, in New York, you step out your door and you have to be ready for it. And you have to
so true.
Duke your way through your day, even to go out and get a cup of coffee. So here, very mellow. I get out, get my coffee, and then I come back and then tackle my inbox and emails. And I have to really maximize my mornings because I live on the other side of the world. So the time difference is about 6 hours. And so I catch up with work stuff. And then what I've been doing since I've been here is just like a lot of strategy work. It's been a lot of product development. So I've been in a real creative bubble, and I just kind of let that be whatever it needs to be. So I don't really have a routine. I try to just flow with it. But I do live in a beautiful neighborhood, and I get out for walks all the time. And my car arrived in August. So I kind of feel like I started to live in Hawaii in August. Yeah.
Now, did you get it shipped there? Or what happened? How did the car get there?
I ordered it from the dealership.
Oh, okay.
So then it makes its way over eventually, but it was, with like all of the supply chain delays, it took a while. But I took a surfing lesson last week.
Awesome.
Have you ever tried?
I've only tried here in once, me and my friend Vicky went to uh in like New York, and
Rockaway Beach.
yes.
They do
And
lessons there.
can I tell you, it was like a very stormy day, and
Yeah.
it was very waves, and it was tough. And I got in. I got my wetsuit on finally after much shenanigans, and I got in there with the surfboard, tied to my whatever the piece that they have a rope so that if,
The leash.
thank you.
Yeah, the leash.
And went walking in, and a big wave came, hit me, took my board, went over there. I was like, I don't think I want to do this in this weather. I said, Vicky, if you want to do it, I'll watch you from the beach. It'll be
Yeah.
lovely. I'll be supportive. And she was just like laughing her head off, and she was like, no, we can just both leave. So I attempted to take a surfing lesson once, but I did not follow through. I would like to do it again in more calmer waters.
Yeah, come here. We've got ideal conditions right here.
Yeah.
The water was like 78. No wetsuit necessary. Waves consistently everywhere.
That's so nice.
Everywhere. So, but it's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah.
And I got up on the board and I did catch a few waves. So like the first one, I did get up on the board. So that was a huge win. And I was happy about that. I'm sure it wasn't graceful at all, but, you perfect your style over time, right? Your technique is like, that's the long game. The short game is just getting up. So that happened. And, I'd really like to figure out how to get better at it. And so I'll have to practice.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm jealous. I think it's wonderful to just have that opportunity to go and be like, I'm going to take a surfing lesson today. But I'm really excited so I was, of course, poking through your websites, looking at your beautiful bikinis.
Yeah.
And the Everybody wrap, which I did not have a chance to put on after my thing. But I got to tell you, I was the other day, we were talking about going on vacation, and I took it out, and just the material of that alone is like amazing. Yeah.
Thank you. And, as I spent so much time perfecting it and, really making sure that the product was just top notch. And what I decided to do is be a direct to consumer brand. So not go through wholesale channels, because I wanted to pass that value along to my customer so that she gets a higher quality product without a bunch of like margin in there for other people. So with this swimsuit in particular, it gets really, really technical. But like around the leg holes, for example, I use a specific machine that it's a zigzag machine, but what it does, it's like instead of from point to point, it has 3 stitches to get to that point. So it's not like one stitch, it's 1, 2, 3 to the end. And then the next zigzag is 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and so on. And what that does is that it prevents those seams from popping and falling apart over time. The fabric is Lycra, not spandex, which is the higher quality, long-lasting for years. And we've all had something in spandex that eventually falls apart or becomes ill-shaped with time. Mm-hmm. Not the case with this. The panels are folded in half, so it's extra coverage, extra lift, extra hold. There are just all these small little details that make it really, really special. And I just felt like, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, like there's just so much noise out there and there's so much product. It's really hard to see your way through or even buy something that you're that happy with in the end. And I just wanted to create something really special that the customer kind of just gets excited about and is impressed by and will talk to her friends about. I mean, it's really about supporting women and helping them look the best that they can look, feel the best that they can look, so that they can just get on with their lives.
Yeah,
And,
I love that. I
yeah,
love
I
that.
just believe
And
in simplifying and quality over quantity and all those good things. Yeah.
now let me ask you a question. The new resort line that you're working on now, or you have done, it's completed.
Yeah.
Now, will that be available on, is that going to be a new um like line, or is it you going to incorporate that into your bikini line, or how is that going to be marketed?
It's, yeah, good question. It's all going to be with my swim brand, which is
Okay.
now more of a resort wear brand because I'm introducing clothing.
Mhm.
And it also pairs perfectly with the Everybody wrap. So it was just a good way for me to kind of cross promote and cross pollinate and get more eyeballs on both brands. But it's going to be a line of party skirts, and I launched with the Gypsy Skirt first. I'm coming out with more over the next 6 months. And the idea is just to add a little bit of drama to, like the dressing system that's, very minimalist.
Mhm.
And, you just want to keep life simple, but accessorize with, fun baubles and then some nice prints and a good punch of something. And then you're stylish from head to toe. So all of the skirts is going to be under Elizabeth Kosich, New York. And that has historically been a line of swimsuits and caftans, your favorite.
Mhm.
And now I'm adding skirts. So I have 3 styles, and I've released one so far. So you're just going to have to stay tuned and follow on Insta for new product, which will be
What
really
is
fun.
that? What is it? What's the material? What are the?
So these are just 100% cotton, and you can see I've made a ton of different prototypes just for fun and for me to wear and to eventually release all different like limited editions. And then I'm working on a design that I'm so excited about. It's a rayon material, and it's going
Ooh.
to be a reversible skirt, a maxi skirt, very high drama, a big like ruffle flounce, asymmetrical, very high drama, wrap around the waist. The idea is all of these are kind of like not quite one size fits all, but still just really easy to wear. Very friendly fit no matter what shape you are. And so the one that's coming up is reversible. It has,
Ooh.
2 different, it
I love
has one
that.
exterior print and then an interior print. So you have more versatility, and you can pack it up in your travel suitcase for your, fun vacation in the Caribbean and have multiple outfits with just a couple pieces. So again, it's just about making your life easier, but not ever sacrificing style because you just don't need to.
Yeah. No. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm loving the prints behind you. I feel like they definitely have like to me they have like like a vintage mod feel.
Yeah.
And it also reminds me of like I always love a dress that like when I look for my vintage clothes, I always love a dress that like I could wear to a garden party. Not that I ever go to garden
Yeah.
parties, but I'm like, oh, that dress looks like something someone would wear to a garden party. Like
Yeah.
just a nice event in a nice garden where you don't want to show up like, balls to the wall dressed up, but you want to look nice.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so I'm excited about that. Now,
I think it's just about, I think it's also just about being memorable. I think if
yeah,
as I also have a degree in image consulting, which is really like the science behind looking good. Like there's a science behind it in terms of symmetry, in terms of wearing things that are in harmony with either your coloring or your lines, and really just optimizing your best features and minimizing what doesn't make you feel that great. And there's a whole science behind it. And, I think when it comes to wardrobe, you just want to not only turn yourself out in the best way possible so that you feel really great, because you come off differently if you feel better versus not, right? We all know that.
Totally.
And like, why not leverage that asset as much as possible, since we can? Anybody can.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you can really be memorable if you wear the right color, if you wear the right texture, if you are in harmony
Yeah.
with what you got. There's a way of presenting yourself so that you can really make an impression, and a lasting one.
Yeah.
So I just try to give my customer a lot of different options for keeping it simple, all the way to, infusing a little bit of drama and adding an exclamation point. So it's the full spectrum.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I feel like this half hour is going by very quickly. It's already 9:52.
Wow.
I did put it in the chat, but please, everybody, listen to the full my full interview. I don't know, chat with Elizabeth on How's Your Mother, which is my podcast, and it is in my my link tree in my
in your bio. Link in bio.
and also in probably the Instagram stories for the next 2 days. But anyway, I wanted to ask you a question. Now, as somebody who doesn't really know too much about the fashion world,
except your killer instincts.
Yeah, well, thank you. In terms of the business end of it, now, is there like, what are the pros and cons to being independent from, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would consider you're an independent entrepreneur.
Right.
Now, I'm sure the pros are you get to do whatever the hell you want. You can strategize, you can do, whatever. But what would you say that off the top of your head, you don't have to go into a big, tell me everything, but the pros would be?
My number one pro is that I get to express my point of view. So I feel like I have a design aesthetic that I want to share, and that is unique to me, just as it would be unique to you, whatever yours is. So that's one of my biggest motivations, is that I have a vision, and so far it's hard for me not to express it, because I end up always going back to my own businesses, right? So apparently it's important to me. So there's that. I mean, the con is it's hard. I mean, there's so much noise to cut through. So it's hard to get noticed. It's hard to compete against someone like Michael Kors, who is like, running ads in your feed that I, obviously I can't do that. I can't pay for that. I can't. So, so where does that leave me? That leaves me as a starving artist. Well,
I would imagine, like, I'll compare it to comedy, because, I've never designed a fashion line, but like, for me, for comedy, I feel like when I look back at like learning comedy, learning like, getting booked, like the business end of it, all that stuff, I feel like I really enjoyed learning all that stuff. And I've had managers and agents and stuff, but never to the extent of other people I know. And I feel the same way. I'm like, oh, if I had an agent, I might be able to like get better auditions. More people would know about me, blah, 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 blah. But there is like a certain amount of like real satisfaction and pride when I do get something on my own. You know what I mean?
It's so hard earned.
Yeah. So you got to have that. I mean, I'm sure you have that sense too. I mean, you freaking designed a bathing suit. How many years ago did you first make the first bathing suit?
First prototype was in 2005, and then I launched that line in 2008. No, sorry, 2009. And the same year, I got my first Sports Illustrated placement.
I mean,
So
it's
that
crazy.
was, yeah. And that, like, to that point, I mean, there are small things that happen that I just think are small miracles that feed you. They give you oxygen to keep going. And so every bit, like something would happen that would push my business forward and that would feed me with, more motivation, more hope, more drive, because
Right.
you need that. Like as an entrepreneur, you're it's difficult. And so you have to, something needs to happen for you to keep going. And I think also, I think you just have to be really optimistic and believe in what you're doing. And that's just a metaphor for life, no matter what. But, when it specific to fashion design, because it's a very crowded space, very hard to break out of, and entrepreneurship just in general, you have to really believe in what you're doing. And I just, on a cellular level, like, I just know that I've created something that's important and that women need to know about this.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, in the end, I just know that this is life improving for so many people and that I'm doing the right thing by spreading the word. And that's kind of all you can go with sometimes. That's
I
like
know.
on some days, that's all you have.
No,
And,
I'm with you. I'm with you. I mean,
you
that's how
know,
I feel. That's how, you know, similar vibes about comedy. I get like, well, you know what? I just have to believe that some people are getting a laugh out of the stuff that I'm putting out there.
but like, and with what you do, like, it's really like, to be totally honest, like it's scary putting yourself out there. It is like when I had fashion shows in New York, like that, I think was the most terrified that I've ever been in my life. And like I could have gone in the bathroom and like thrown up. I was such a wreck moments before, go time. It was like to put your designs out there in a venue with a bunch of people with the bright lights, with the, and it's like it's taking, being a designer or an artist is just taking what's inside of you and putting it outside of you, which is something soft and personal and brittle and fragile. And so like you're putting that out there just like blown in the wind, and it's scary. It's really, really scary. But I think as you know, you get better at being resilient, and you get, better at rolling with it. And also like you get in a really weird place of like separating your ego from your work and just, pushing through because it's what the business is.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
I mean, I feel like, um, you know, I think that's a very tough thing to do, though, is to not take when you're trying to use your creativity as a business, and then it's, your product, which in my case would be basically me, or
Mm-hmm.
in your case, swimsuits and resort wear. And if somebody's like, no, I don't like that, it's really hard to just be like, okay, that's just your opinion. I mean, I will say that I still have like a little bit of a personal um, reaction when
Of
somebody
course.
isn't
Yeah.
appreciative of what I've decided to share. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No,
Uh,
we're all human. That's the challenging part.
it's hard.
Mm,
I want to
mm,
say, I wanted to tell you, by the way, I was on Elizabeth Kosich New
Mm-hmm.
York.com,
Mm-hmm.
and the um, photos from the uh, fashion show are so cool.
Thank you.
They really
Thank
are.
you.
Like, I was like, damn, look at these. And I mean, I literally want to be able to wear this a blue bathing suit, and
Mm.
it looks like kind of a two-piece, but it connects in the
Oh
front.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. That would be a monokini.
Thank you.
A monokini. Yeah, everyone
That's
needs a monokini, right? That's a good one.
that's my type.
Well, and that one, first of all, you look incredible in it. And if
Thank
you
you.
see up close, it's actually like a tone on tone python print. So it's knit, it's made from yarns, but we did like this three-dimensional type of like
So cool.
fabrication that is yeah, it has texture to it, and it's actually like a lizard python print, which is totally your vibe.
Ah,
Totally your
oh my
vibe.
God. I saw that picture and I was like, hello. I
Yeah.
think I
Yeah,
may be
yeah.
buying myself. I mean, of course, after I get back to the gym and whatnot. But hey, listen, curvy girls look good in monokini. What is it?
A monokini. They do.
A
A
monokini. Yeah. You,
monokini.
I think I could rock that with even being a couple extra pounds overweight right now.
Well,
It's all
I
about the
would go.
attitude.
It's all about the attitude. And the fun thing about monokinis is it kind of like it cuts in at the stomach and then goes out, right? Because it's like a two piece, but really a one piece, as you said.
Yep.
And what that line actually creates a more slimming waist because the eye follows the lines, right? And so no
Yep.
matter what your size, when people look at you, they're going to go with where the lines are leading their eyes. And so monokini is actually a really good shape for everybody. Um,
Um,
but you said earlier, I have to call you out on something. You said in asking me a question, I've never actually designed a fashion line myself, but you have.
oh, you're right. Well, I mean,
You
yes.
have.
Yes, I
You
have
have a
I
really big
do.
week. The
Thank
Boy
you.
Meets Girl collaboration,
Yeah,
right?
recently did the collaboration with Boy Meets Girl, Stacey Eigel. All the stuff is on Shop Kendra online. Has
Online.
a wonderful image of my grandmother, Gammy K, with a Hawaiian man in LA with and
Yeah.
so yes, thank you. I am very excited about that collaboration. I guess what I really meant is like I didn't design it in terms of like, you know,
I know.
just drawing it out and this is where we're
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to cut this piece and sew it together and all that jazz.
yeah.
Um, but it's 10:05 and I don't know, I'm getting like this notification. It looks like I don't know what, maybe someone's trying to join. I don't know what it means, but I'm not going to do anything. I promised that I was going to give away a vintage item, but I don't think there's any women watching. I think it's all men. But if there's anyone out there who wants to get the vintage item, I'm not even going to show you what it is, but you have to message me and just say monokini.
Yeah.
Monokini,
That's
right?
that's the key word. That's the
That's the
secret
key
word.
word. Yep.
I
So
like it.
if someone's interested and they want to message me that word, I will then disclose what the vintage item is. But if no one
So
does, then I'm
excited.
just stuck with this. I'm just stuck with
You're
it.
gonna
I'm
keep
gonna
it.
keep
No,
it.
I don't think you should give away any of your vintage pieces because they're so gorgeous and they're so gorgeous on you. Tell me, you have a holiday coming up, I think in early 2022, where you're going to wear your Everybody Wrap swimsuit, right?
Yes. So I haven't booked it yet. I'm gonna do it though. I know that much. I want to go either to Mexico. I
Yeah,
want to go to the beach, obviously. I mean, maybe
yeah.
even
Hawaii,
uh thanks,
Honolulu.
thanks, Susie Corcoran, for watching. Um, yeah, but my thought was either Costa Rica and then I started looking into Barbados because I've never been to Barbados. Um, but anyways, whenever that happens, I will be wearing my
You will.
EB wrap,
You will.
and I will be taking photos, and I will be
Yeah.
tagging you.
Yeah, yeah, you will. You're going to be tagging me all day long. And just to throw it out there, we could do a private styling session before you leave, just so you have a few I offer Zoom styling sessions, so we could do that. And then I want to suggest that you take like good skirts or whatever, so that you have it at the ready to wear as a bodysuit during the day, and you could be at the beach in the morning and then just pull up a little skirt, and then you're like here at the beach, but then you're like, no, I'm going to go have lunch and cover myself up. So you like have it all in a single bag, everything you need in a single bag. So
Well,
yeah,
hey, listen, I'll tell you something. There's no doubt about the fact that I'm going to be going. I need to go have lunch now. And I think it's great that I won't just be throwing on. I feel like I have this one particular. I thought it might be right there, but it's a beach cover up that was actually once my grandmother's, the woman, the grandmother who's in the photo,
Tammy.
and I Gammy K, and I feel like it goes everywhere with me. But every once in a while, I'm like, it would be nice to have something different to throw on, and not the same old stuff. But listen,
Mix it
I
up.
mean, we're like we're even running over time here. This is amazing.
I love
Thank you
it.
so much. Thank you so much for
I
joining
would do
me.
this anytime.
I feel like
So
I'm so
fun.
lucky because I got to see you now. 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
Now I'm gonna have to just
let's
come to
keep it
Hawaii.
going. I want to keep it going.
Yeah.
I have your Zoom room. I have your private Zoom room. I'm just gonna I'm gonna like drink and dial your Zoom room when I want to chat. Yeah, it's gonna be dangerous.
I would love that. I would love to show up in my Zoom room and see you there. Like, told you. Everybody go to
I see you
ElizabethKosichNewYork.com. I'm going to tag you,
in
obviously.
the
Yes. Yep.
ebwrap.com
Mm-hmm.
and elizabethkosich.com for styling work. I have like 3 different things going, and
Yep. She does it all,
yeah,
baby. All right. I love you. Thank you for
I
joining
love you
me.
too.
I'll
Thank
talk to
you.
you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye.